The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus for Reading for Minutes, published on the 23rd of December 2021, updated on the 23rd of December 2021. What would you do if you were holding a dangerous calendar that could fulfill your wishes but demanded a bloody price? This is exactly the situation the main character of the movie, Eva, faces. She is an invalid. The girl is paralyzed in the lower part of her body, due to which she cannot move around without her wheelchair. One day a friend gives her an ancient wooden calendar with many doors with numbers, and when Eva opens the first one, she immediately finds herself in a game that cannot be stopped without dying. The calendar, or rather the demon inside it, can fulfill any wish of the girl, but it requires a bloody payment in return. The lives of her family, friends, and loved ones, or both humans and pets, become part of the payment for Eve to be able to walk again. At first, Eva doesn't realize that the deaths are happening because of her, because the demon's first mischief consists only of her receiving a phone call from her father, who suffers from Alzheimer's. But when the man who tried to rape Eva dies, she begins to wonder if the reason for everything that is happening is because of the calendar. At first she thinks the candy, each box has a candy in it, and Eva opens it every midnight, contains a drug. When her employer dies, who unflattered Eva and threw her out of work, the girl begins to realize that the demon demands payment for all the miracles performed. Eva realizes that she cannot stop, the demon will kill her. Several times Eva receives candy that gives her the ability to walk. She sacrifices her father, her roommate, her dog, her co-worker, her lover, who broke a rule by trying to get rid of the calendar, her friend and her boyfriend, and doesn't stop until she can walk again. Eva finds a warning from a previous player on the calendar and writes her own down, telling her whole story. At the very end of the movie, Eva opens the last drawer and is faced with a choice: to eat the candy and return everything to the way it was. No one will die, but she will not walk, or not to eat it and walk again. Her acquaintance, who has already helped her in the pool to get into the wheelchair, throws away the calendar and explains to the girl that nothing is happening, that now she is free and can go on with her life, safely moving around on her own 2 feet. And Eve makes a choice. She doesn't eat the candy, not wanting to be confined to a wheelchair again. Undoubtedly, it is very selfish, because so many people died because of her, but it is her choice and she has to live with it. In the last scene of the movie we see that the same story happens as with the previous owner of the calendar, that man apparently ate the last candy to keep his loved ones alive, so they stayed alive. Eva, on the other hand, didn't, but the viewer is never given a clear answer as to what the demon did to her for making that choice. A man appears at the door of Eva's house with a child in his arms, the new owner of the calendar, and he, who has already seen Eva's conversion, wants to know how to escape the demon and what to do with the calendar next. The ending of the movie is open, so the viewer can assume 2 versions of events: either Eva and her acquaintance were killed for breaking the rules and getting rid of the calendar, or Eva lives a normal life and can walk again. Judging by the fact that the door opened by itself, drawing the guest into pitch darkness, we can conclude that it is most likely that the first scenario occurred and the demon took Eva and her acquaintance as victims for breaking the rules. One of the main themes of the movie is the cruelty that man is capable of doing for his own gain. Eva's victims are purposely shown to be less than adequate so that there is less sympathy for them, but murder is murder and that cannot be denied. Due to the fact that the heroine is an invalid, her desire to regain her legs causes the viewer to deeply empathize with her, but in the course of the game she begins to go mad, shows excessive cruelty, stopping at nothing on the way to her goal. In this case, according to the meaning of the movie, the end justifies the means.